What's going on? Welcome to the Bottom Line Podcast presented by Anchor.fm, your home for sports and entertainment talk. Jimmy Fedizzi, Mr. Taco with you, a.k.a. Austin Myers. We hope you're well. As always, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to take a listen. Much appreciated. Be sure to hit us up on all social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, at Bottomline WMCX. Use hashtag Bottomline. And also, as you can see on our brand new ticker down below on YouTube, make sure you subscribe if you like what you see. Pretty much. Hit the bell so you don't miss an episode and subscribe on all audio platforms as well, and include Jimmy when searching for this podcast. Austin, the New York Rangers. I have a bit of a problem, and I know you do as well, and we've got a lot to get off our chest, so let's just dive right into this. First of all, let me say this. At the time of this recording, the New York Rangers play the Winnipeg Jets tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, and they are not only one of the best teams in the NHL this season, they are also one of the most surprising teams in the NHL because nobody, and I mean nobody, not even me, expected the Rangers to be this good. Nobody did.
I mean, when you have somebody on the power play like Chris Kreider, Jesus Christ.
I mean, yes, but honestly, did you expect them to be this good? No. I didn't. Exactly. That's my point. And one of the main key factors as to why they've been this good is their goaltending, or at least one of them. Igor Shesterkin has literally carried this team on his back. He's close to 30 wins on the year, has a goals against average of under 2, and a save percentage of like over .950. Okay? For the Rangers to go from Henrik Lundqvist to Igor really just boggles my mind that they were able to do that. So major props to the Rangers on that one. And by the way, Hank's number is officially retired. Just wanted to say that.
Well, anyway. I mean, you got to think of it this way. Igor was there when Lundqvist was their starter.
Yeah, he was the backup for Hank at one point. Yes.
He got a lot. He was taught a lot from Hank.
That is true. So and hey, it also helps. It also helps that they have one of the best goaltending coaches, Benoit Allaire. So you have that too.
And I mean, not just that. Like I was saying, he learned a lot from Hank. His play style is very similar.
No, you're right, absolutely. But I would argue that Igor, who's quite frankly, I think in the prime of his career, has been slightly better. But that's another argument for another day. But I digress. But here's the thing. You also have a backup in Alexander Georgiev. Now, let's just say this from full disclosure here. Alexander Georgiev last year had a really good season. Okay? He was really, really good.
There's a lot of goaltenders. There have been
a ton of talks. What's that, Austin?
There were a lot of goaltenders that had really good seasons last year and don't look great this year.
Exactly. Georgiev was definitely one of them. And there were talks.
Korpisalo.
Yeah, Korpisalo too. But there were talks last year about potentially trading Georgiev because of how high his value was that year, because he was so good. But now
we're talking about him being
having
traded.
Not so good of a season.
Yeah. And
there are still talks about trading him. Now, let me just say this out of context here. I happen to really like Alexander Georgiev. I've liked him since he first came over. I thought he had really good potential. But at this point, if you were talking about trading him, you probably should have done it last year when he was still good. Because you could have gotten so much back. You could have gotten a couple of, maybe a first rounder, a second rounder, and maybe a player to be named later.
Maybe a second or a third. I think a first would really be pushing it.
A first would be much. All right, yeah, that seems fair. But even still, you could have gotten a lot more back last year. Because if you trade him now, you ain't getting much back. Maybe you'll get at most a third rounder, maybe even a fourth rounder. But that's it. You're not getting that much back for him now.
I mean, yeah, but you could also pull something big and just like trade goalie for goalie.
Well, yeah, you could, but who are you getting back? Who's another goalie on the trade block right now that you'd be willing to get if you trade Georgiev?
I mean, figuring that he's back up now, honestly, you guys could try and pick up Korpisalo.
I mean, I wouldn't mind that, but
It's just he's inconsistent.
Yeah, exactly. That's what worries me. The inconsistency is just it's all over the place.
And I mean, Georgiev's been linked to Vegas. Korpisalo's been linked to Vegas. And when I see this, I'm like, I get that we want more goaltending and all, but neither of them are the standards that we need. We need a goaltender who's going to be stout in net. We need another Marc-Andre Fleury. We can't have these inconsistent goalies like Georgiev and Korpisalo. I mean, look at Robin Leonard. Robin Leonard's inconsistent as all hell.
Mm.
And it's sad because Leonard's slowly growing on me. But
interesting.
But
okay.
He's very inconsistent.
Well, interesting to say that he's still growing on you, but hey, look,
and that says a lot.
I would argue that Leonard this season is better than Georgiev this season.
Well, yes, he's better than Georgiev, but I thought you were going to say Leonard was better than he was last season. I was going to say
no, absolutely not.
That goalie tandem we had of Fleury and Leonard.
That was a tandem, man.
That was a tandem.
Oh my god.
There's a reason they won an award. But other than that,
yeah. Yeah, pretty much. But
and I mean, if you're the Rangers, because I don't know so much about their depth, so to say.
Right.
If you trade away Georgiev, who would your guys' backup be?
Well, here's the thing. You have Keith Kincaid playing in the minors. Why not call him up and have him be the backup to Igor? Which, look that's what my question was. Yeah, I was going to say, hear me out. Keith Kincaid had his chance last year and actually was pretty damn good.
Exactly.
He was better. He was better than he was with the Devils as a starter. Keith Kincaid's not a starting goaltender in this league. He's a much better backup. If you call him up and have him be the backup to Igor, he could definitely win you some games.
And then, what's your guys' depth on your forward line look like?
Well, I mean, look, it really is. It's meh. It's meh at best.
Because I've seen where Columbus says they want to get rid of Alexander Texier.
Yeah, no, I've heard that too. Which is
big for teams looking for depth. Because he's a good third line forward, I would say. Fourth line.
By the way, speaking of Columbus, congrats to Rick Nash on getting his number retired for Columbus. That's a huge honor. I think that's the first number they retired in history.
I think so.
Hey, that's a huge honor, man. And
I got to watch the highlights when I got home last night, and I
was able to see it too. That was unbelievable.
I was just happy they got I'm glad they got 1 point out of it going to the shootout.
Yeah, that was a huge point for them.
It was better than getting beat in regulation.
That's true. And
Can we
talk about how hot Patrick Laine has been?
Oh my God,
God, that man's been on fire.
As of right now, the Columbus Blue Jackets are 10 points away from a wild card spot.
I mean, it's possible they could make it. They could make it.
It's one position, 10 points back of the Capitals.
Right.
And Washington, what's going on over there? They've been a dumpster fire the last
They're struggling lately. I mean, Ovi's not, but still.
Well, yeah, Ovi's not, but everybody else has just been pretty much a dumpster fire over there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, TJ Oshie comes back, and ever since Oshie's come back, it's just been... it's hard to put into words what it's been.
Pretty much. You can't come up with words in the English dictionary.
And another thing that I really want to talk about that I don't think anybody saw coming, the Florida Panthers. Where the hell did this come from?
Yeah, you're telling me. I mean, dang. Talk about like the most unexpected season ever. I mean, damn, man. Mm-hmm. Hey, look, give him credit. Give him credit.
Yeah, give him credit where credit is due. But my God. And then you got to look at it. There's another team that you really got to look at that may not make the playoffs, and that's Vegas.
Yeah,
they're sitting third. They're sitting third in the Pacific.
Yeah,
currently tied. Well, not tied, but they've got 66 points. The Predators have 66 points right now. If Edmonton wins a game and Vegas loses, that ties them 66 apiece.
Right.
And then if Vegas was to lose again and Edmonton would win, that would knock Vegas out of the playoff spot.
No, you're right.
Just
you're
saying.
Right. You're right.
It would be the first time in franchise history Vegas did not make the playoffs.
Yeah,
and
that would.
That
would definitely be a first.
Let's flash back to what I said at the beginning of the season. We weren't going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I do remember you saying that. And
After
one of the
we got
reasons
rid of
would
Fleury,
be because of their defense, that they're just not defending anymore.
No.
I don't know what's going on, but they're not helping their goaltending.
I mean, I get that one of our key components in Alec Martinez is gone at the moment due to and he's been gone since like November because he got cut in the face with a skate.
God, yeah.
And I mean, he's been practicing the last few months.
Yeah.
But he's not come back yet. And that's not helping us one bit. And not only that, now we're losing people like Mark Stone's out again to injury. Patrick Reddy's out again due to injury. Matthias Janmark's been put on IR with an injury.
Yeah,
we're starting to lose.
Injuries are not helping their case.
And now we're starting to call up our AHL guys who, I mean, they're not terrible and all, but still, when is enough, Vegas?
Exactly.
And what crazy move are you going to make sure our cap space is good because of Jack Eichel? I've heard, you guys are going to get rid of Riley Smith. You're going to get rid of Jonathan Marchessault. There's no way in hell this team is getting rid of Marchessault.
No, not Marchessault. Maybe more so Riley Smith. I've heard he's been on the trade block for a while, but Marchessault, not a chance.
I can see Riley Smith, maybe William Karlsson.
Right.
But not a damn chance Jonathan Marchessault.
No. If you get rid of Marchessault, then I'll have all the questions in the world as to why you got rid of one of your best players.
I mean, this is the Golden Knights. This is what they do best. They get rid of their best players for absolutely nothing. So
that is true.
I digress.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, in terms of Georgiev again, listen, you should have gave him up last year because now this experiment, in my opinion, has gone on way too long. And right now, this season, it's not working. And part of that being because he hasn't played that much. Now, he hasn't been playing consistently. He's been playing like, 1-2 games a month?
Yeah.
That's not helping his confidence at all. Look, I understand part of that is through the play of Igor Shesterkin, and Shesterkin's having one of the best seasons as a goaltender right now. But even still, if you wanted to try and get his confidence up, play him more. Play him more.
But look at Chicago.
Right.
They have the king, Marc-Andre Fleury.
And Lankinen.
And Kevin Lankinen. Lankinen's only played maybe 10, 15 games this season.
Right.
And it's all been Fleury. But then again, Lank was just out due to a hand injury, and they had him play last night.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about Lank is he'll play fantastic through the first two, and then all of a sudden he'll fall apart in the third. And we saw that yesterday against Philly. And I mean, it's more of, is it a confidence booster to play that 1-2 game a month, knowing that they still want to play you? Or is it one of those deals where it's like, oh, they don't want to play me as much because they know they have a better goalie and this and that? And I mean, and you could look at another one of my teams, the Leafs. The Leafs right now have the statistically worst goalie tandem in the league right now.
But yet they're still one of the best teams in the NHL.
But yet they're still fighting for top in their division.
And why is that? Because they're scoring.
Exactly. They have scoring players. Marner put up, 5 goals the other night?
Yep. Austin Matthews, I mean, there's nothing more you can say about him.
Matthews is putting up good points. Tavares is putting up points.
Yep.
Nylander's putting up points. There's even players that hardly ever put up points that are putting up points. Their defensemen are putting up points.
Yeah, their defense is killing it.
And I mean, and you look at somebody else, you look at another team, look at the Oilers.
Mm.
Yes, they have McDavid. Yes, they have Draisaitl. But there's other people on that team that have definitely picked up the slack.
Yeah.
Nugent Hopkins. As much as Jimmy hates the name, Evander Kane.
Look, listen, I really hate to say it, but ever since he's been on the Oilers, he's been
ever since he went up to ever since they signed him over in Edmonton, he's been on fire.
Yeah, I really hate to say it, but he's actually been proving me wrong. He's having a really good season.
I'll point out another jersey in the background. Duncan Keith.
Duncan Keith, yes.
He's been quiet this year, but when he scores goals from that blue line.
No, he does. He does.
And that's another thing. I hate to see him leave Chicago. When he was here the other night for Hjalmarsson Legacy Night.
Yep.
I cried.
I can only imagine.
I cried. Let's see. I cried maybe 3 times that night because it was Hjalmarsson retirement night. Keith and Taves took the face off. And then Tomas Nosek was back in the Vegas Golden Knights fortress since being traded to the Boston Bruins. So,
oh yes,
they did his tribute video, and I was a mess, as you can tell on my Twitter, because I had to ask Jimmy for tissues a few times.
By the way, if you're not following this guy on Twitter at Mr. Taco BLP and also on Instagram, he live tweets some games. I mean, this guy will give you all the entertainment that you want when it comes to live tweeting games. So go follow that man on Twitter right now if you're not already.
Not even if I'm live tweeting games. If I'm just tweeting out my ass, it's still
true. And this boy's got some hot takes once in a while. So
yeah,
if you want to complain, you know where to find him.
Time out.
As he likes to say.
Time out.
Anyway.
Time out. I said Chicago plays tonight, right? Yeah, we play Tampa. All right. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, we play Tampa tonight.
You have the back-to-back against Tampa. Yeah.
All right. Anyway. Ring the siren. Seth Jones is going to cost us the game.
Oh my God.
Ring the siren.
But look, bottom line is simply this.
Bottom line is Chicago and their new GM need to get rid of Seth Jones.
Oh my God. And as much as we love to break down playoff standings, look, Alex Georgiev, look, unfortunately, you're going to be stuck with him this season because there's no chance you trade him now. You can't.
Well, I don't want to hear it. You guys are third in the Metro. Only 2 back from second.
Okay, and look.
You have to beat Pittsburgh.
Okay, and what's the problem?
Pittsburgh's also inconsistent as hell this year.
Yeah, but they've been red hot as of lately, though.
I don't want to hear it. All it is Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin putting up points.
That is true.
With the exception of Jake Gensel every now and again.
Well, yeah, but Gensel's actually pretty good. But
Gensel's on a
look.
Gensel's
the man,
one of them
Jake
players.
Jake Gensel has a milkshake named after him. Okay, that's how good he is, and I'm being dead serious when I say that. No, I'm being serious. I've been in Pittsburgh multiple times. There's this place called the Milkshake Factory, which, by the way, best milkshakes I've ever had in my life. That man has a milkshake. It's called Jake's Shake. If you haven't tried it, you're missing out on something.
Have you had it?
It's actually really good.
Have you had it?
Yes, I have. It is tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. And it has a chocolate candy with its number 59 on it.
Oh, that's kind of bad.
Oh my God. It's really good stuff.
Hey, I told you we're going to Columbus and we're going to go eat gator meat.
Oh, I'll pass on the gator meat, but I'll go for the hockey game.
I'm going to make you try it.
All right. If you want to, go nuts. I'll pass on the gator meat.
Supposedly it tastes like chicken.
Yeah, okay. I'll believe it when I say it. But the bottom line is
when I taste it.
All right. If you say so. But listen, as far as Georgiev, listen, again, just to conclude this, there's no shot you're trading him now because you're not going to get much back.
No, I'm not.
Unfortunately, you're stuck with him this season. As much as it really pains me to say because I like the kid, but what other choice do you have?
I don't think they're stuck with him this season. I think they trade him.
You still think so? Okay.
I think so, but I think it's going to be a smaller end trade. I mean, you could be in a worse situation. You could be Arizona trying to get rid of Phil Kessel.
Yeah,
and nobody wants
Chikrin as well. I think is on the trade block still.
Another thing is Chikrin's young.
True.
He's young. He's got a lot of value to him. I just think Arizona's asking too much for him.
Oh yeah, no, they are. They're asking for like what, a boatload of first rounders?
I think it's 2 first rounders
Okay.
and a really good player, I want to say.
I think they're looking for a winger, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Because that's what the Rangers need. The Rangers need a couple of wingers as well. But I
mean,
digress there.
I mean, it's not like the Colorado Avalanche saying, "Hey, Patrick Kane, we want you," and Chicago being like, "No, you can fuck off."
Yeah, exactly. But no, hey, the trade deadline's coming up soon, the 21st.
Yeah, well, then again, you got, like I was saying though, at least you're not Arizona getting rid of trying to get rid of Phil Kessel. No one wants Kessel, and the only way you're going to get rid of Kessel is if you retain like 50% of his salary.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, we'll see what happens. Trade deadline's coming up on March 21st, so this is going to be very, very interesting. But on that note, that'll wrap it up for this episode of the Bottom Line Podcast. What are your thoughts on the whole Rangers goaltending situation, and what do you think about the current playoff standings in the NHL as of right now? Let us know on all social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, at BottomLineWMCX, and don't forget to use hashtag BottomLine. Also, before we wrap things up, we may or may not have a little announcement to make during the week, so
oh boy,
stay tuned. We may or may not have scored an interview with some friends of ours. Just a little bit of a hint for you. So stay tuned on social media for all updates, but we'll post it sometime later this week. For Mr. Taco, I'm Jimmy Finizzi. This is the Bottom Line Podcast. See you in the next episode. Peace and take care.